Hey, what's up guys, Starry Ray here and welcome back to another NFL video. Before we get into the video, I would like to say prayers to Russell Gage. He took a nasty hit at the end of the game, and yeah, I just want to say prayers because it was a nasty hit like I said, and I just feel like it's also probably going to get, not talked about a lot because of Tom Brady. I feel like that's probably like the bigger narrative. So yeah, I just want to say prayers to him. So yeah, today we're going to be talking about the Cowboys versus the Buccaneers, the final wild card game. And now this game wasn't really much of a game because the Dallas Cowboys really just, took control of the game very early, and they didn't let go. And Dak Prescott had a masterclass performance. Dak Prescott looked amazing, and I really want to talk about Dak Prescott because I felt like he was the one key part of the Cowboys that I was very iffy on, where it really depended on what he was gonna do if they were gonna succeed in these playoffs, especially after coming off that horrible game against Washington. And yeah, I thought Dak Prescott played amazing. Like I said, it was a masterclass performance. He played out of his mind, and I honestly wasn't expecting that because the last time we saw him was that Washington Commanders game, and he looked bad. He looked very bad. And then even the previous weeks he looked pretty bad, throwing just really awful interceptions, and he cleaned all of that up today. No interceptions. He played amazing football. He was just in sync with his receivers. It started off iffy, but once he settled into the game, it was all over. After that, it was all over. Dak Prescott played amazing. He was 25 for 33 for 305 yards and 4 touchdowns. That was the perfect performance for Dak to have in the playoffs. That's just a statement performance, and it really shuts up people like me who was really questioning on what he was gonna do in the playoffs, because he hasn't had a good playoff career. He hasn't been good in the playoffs, and this game now, it was against the Buccaneers, who had their defense hasn't been good. I know people say people like this defense, but I don't like it. All this whole season, the Buccaneers defense has been getting blown out, and teams have been dropping like 30 points on them. I never believed in this defense for the Buccaneers, but yeah, Dallas, Dak Prescott really took advantage of their defense, and he played amazing, man. 305 yards, 4 touchdowns. That's just perfect. That's really perfect, and that's so good for Cowboys to just build the momentum, because like I said, I really wanted them to face the Eagles. I thought that would be a really good matchup, but the 49ers, honestly, at this point, I'm not that. I think before I would have been very questionable, but now I'm not. Obviously, the 49ers are going to have an amazing defense, and they're going to cause havoc and pain for the Cowboys. But I feel like if Dak Prescott is able to keep this just momentum, I think that game can be kind of close. We saw what Geno Smith was able to do. And Geno Smith isn't on the level of Dak Prescott, let's just be honest. So Dak Prescott should do a lot better if he's able to keep this momentum, and I'm gonna bet that they do. I'm really gonna bet that they do. Now, that isn't my pick. I'm just gonna be honest, that's not my pick. I still really got to think about that. I'll do NFL predictions later on, but yeah, I think that game's gonna be actually kind of close. So yeah, Dak Prescott played an amazing game. They scored 31 points, but they should have had a lot more because Brett Maher was just awful. He missed 4 extra points, and that's going to be very scary when they play the 49ers, because you can't do that. You can't make mistakes against the 49ers. Dak Prescott played an amazing game, but it came down to the kicker. Missing field goals, man. I don't, that's just so rare, and that's like an NFL record. 4 extra points missed in a playoff game. That's just crazy. That's just awful. And now I don't know, man, does he have the yips now? That's going to be something that we really gotta, that's going to be a storyline going into the next game, unfortunately, for the Cowboys, where this guy may have the yips. His confidence may be shattered, because even the Cowboys, there was a point where the Cowboys could have kicked the field goal later on in the game, and they didn't. They went for it. And, I think that kind of just shows that they weren't trusting him anymore. They really weren't trusting him anymore. And yeah, I don't know, is Brett Maher going to trust himself? Usually kickers, when you lose confidence, they kind of lose it for a long time. It's going to take, he's going to have to be kicking all week, dude. He's going to have to be kicking to get all his confidence back. Yeah, it's going to be very scary for Brett Maher and the Cowboys. Hopefully he gets his, just his motivation, his confidence back and everything. But yeah, that's going to be scary. That's rough against the 49ers if this is happening. The run game for the Cowboys was kind of okay today. Let's just be honest, it was okay. It was really just Dak Prescott game. They had 128 rushing yards in total, and Dak Prescott had an amazing run early on where he dove for the first down, which was really awesome to see, because I feel like we haven't really seen him do that much running and just like putting his body on the line. But it's playoff football, man. You do that for playoff football, so that was really fun to see. And yeah, but the rushing was 128 yards. It wasn't that effective today. Tony Pollard had an amazing run that set up a touchdown early on in the game, but Ezekiel Elliott was kind of not involved in this game. 13 carries for 27 yards. Tony Pollard had 15 carries for 77 yards. It was just kind of there, but it was really on Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott really carried this game with the passing. And we could talk about the Cowboys defense, who also played an amazing game. I felt like their defense really came up. Now I guess we can also talk about the Buccaneers offense, because those go 2-2, those go together. I feel like the Cowboys defense really didn't have to do much this game. All they really had to do was just kind of pressure Tom Brady a little bit, and that was enough to really throw off all momentum. Like, he just didn't have any sync with his receivers, but we've been seeing this all year. He hasn't been able to just get a rhythm with them at all. Overthrowing balls, throwing balls into the dirt, just overthrowing. Tom Brady wasn't playing good at all today. And yeah, it isn't shocking, because this has been happening all year. And it isn't shocking because they have no rushing game. They really have no rushing game. So Tom Brady had to pass 66 times, and he only completed 35 passes. Like I said, it's not shocking because he hasn't been good this whole season. It's just been like this whole season. Every time they play, the only reason why you kind of count the Buccaneers in is because they do comebacks at the end, just kind of just crazy miraculous comebacks, but they weren't able to do it today against the Cowboys because they took an amazing lead. And now we really got to see what happens with Tom Brady. Does he leave? Does he retire? Does he stay? We got to see what Tom Brady does. I would like to see him go to the Raiders, but that's just kind of me. Who knows what he's gonna do? He may even go do commentary. He has that Fox deal, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what Tom Brady does. But yeah, that's really it. That's all I really have to say. Kind of a really short recap, but there wasn't much really going on. It was just the Dak Prescott and the Cowboys show, and the Buccaneers really didn't show up. Like I said, I'm going to be doing playoff predictions later on in this week. Once we figure out who's playing, who's not playing, then I'll get a good sense of who I'm feeling. But make sure you like and subscribe so you do not miss out on that video. And make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see any more NFL recaps that I do for this playoffs, and even in the postseason, I'll be doing more videos as well. So just leave a like if you enjoyed my content. Also, leave a comment and tell me how you felt about this Cowboys win, and tell me how you feel about them going against the 49ers next week. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.